Please welcome, with another round of applause, Sandra Sohn from INTAS.tech. Hi, Sandra.
Perfect.
Without further ado, I'll let you start and introduce yourself.
Yeah, perfect. Does it work? Good? Yes, thanks a lot for having me today. It's a pleasure to be here and to talk to you about the use of DLT in the fund industry, or more precisely, the DLT-based registry. Just a few words to myself. I'm Sandra. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at INTAS.tech. My background is in mathematics, and that was actually the way how I got into contact with the blockchain technology. And I worked for 5 years in a French-German private bank, BHF, and I accompanied the topic of blockchain and digital assets for 3 years there. So that's me. And who's INTAS.tech? We are a joint venture between the Frankfurt School, so I guess you all know the Frankfurt School, and Plutoneo. It's a consultancy, a strategy consultancy for also the financial industry. And INTAS.tech is also a consultancy and also for the financial industry, but dedicated for the topic of blockchain and digital assets. And what we are doing is basically we help you to integrate the new crypto world into your currently existing infrastructure, into your IT infrastructure, into your business models. We help you to define actually the digital assets strategy for your company, and to have a look together with you how could be the best way to implement the blockchain infrastructure, new products in that way into your current business model. But today we will talk about the DLT registry, about the use of DLT in the fund industry. And I would like to start to give you a short overview, because why is it important to talk about that? And why is it important to deal with the topic now? I'm sure you all heard about, the impact of blockchain technology in the financial industry today and yesterday, and maybe a couple of years ago it just started, so that people talked about that. So I'm sure you all heard that. And how do we actually see that it's really something really important to think about? It's basically just have a look at the regulatory environment. Just have a look at the growing regulatory environment, which we can see not only in Europe, but we will now focus on Germany, on Europe. You can see it in Luxembourg, you can see it in France. And especially in Germany, and I know you already heard that in a couple of presentations before, we need to have a look at the Electronic Security Act, because this is something very fundamental for the whole space. And we need to differentiate here something, and this is a really important point because it gets mixed up a lot. So when we talk about the Electronic Security Act, we differentiate between two different electronic securities. It's the central registered security and the crypto security. And these two kinds of securities just differ in the way they are registered. So the central registered security is registered in a centralized register, and the crypto security is registered in a crypto security register. So, and in addition to that, we also have the crypto fund share, and the crypto fund share is also registered in a crypto security register. The thing is, now we're talking about crypto, so all these terms have crypto in it, but they have nothing to do with crypto. They are, in a regulatory term, just conventional securities. And this is a really important point I would like to emphasize, because we call it now like DLT-based registry instead of crypto security registry, just to don't mix things up. because it's really important to have that in mind. So when we talk about that, we also need to have a look at the whole universe we are now moving in. So not only the German regulation, also the EU regulation. And when we talk about the crypto part, it's more about the MiCA. And I know you already heard about that. It's a markets and crypto assets regulation. But today we talk really about regulated securities. So what do we need for, as I said, we need the registry, and the registry is really an important part. So why is that so important? It is important when we look more in the future and how a target process of the buy or sell of a fund share can look like. And if we imagine an investor has a wish to buy a fund share, for example, it can do that through probably an interface. And now the ownership is transferred through the change of the entry in the register. So you always need, as I said, a crypto security needs to be registered in the crypto security register or DLT-based register. And this register is actually transferring the ownership. So basically, it's all about the register. And the amazing thing here is that we don't need a CSD to actually or the crypto security register does not need to be located within CSD. It can be located within depository, your choice, or the depository can actually appoint a third party to really handle the crypto security register. So the thing is here, or the important point, we can get rid of the CSD because we change the structure from a CSD-focused infrastructure. We are living in there right now because we need to issue a global certificate. And with the Electronic Security Act, we can get rid of the global certificate. We go to a world which is register-based. So the ownership is now changed not through the change of the ownership through the global certificate, through the CSD, through the Clearstream, but it's now just changed in the way the register entry is changed. So, and by getting rid of this CSD, we have, of course, a huge possibility of cost reduction, because it takes a lot of time. It's a huge process. It's intransparent, and as I said, it's costly. So now you have the opportunity to take this CSD out of your processes. And the register, as I said, it could be someone who's appointed by a depository. But this third party, or the company who's appointed, needs to be licensed with BaFin. It's a crypto security register license. So, because it needs to fulfill a few requirements. So the register needs to be secure for manipulation. All the data needs to be chronically stored in this database, and it needs to be secure. It needs to be sure that the data cannot be deleted, for example. And which technology is actually providing all the necessary requirements? It's basically the blockchain technology. It's not entered in the law, but we can see that by nature. So this is one thing which can add efficiency. And the other thing is using blockchain technology, and I'm sure you all learned that today or yesterday, is the use of smart contracts, for example, to automate processes, to automate digitalized processes. Because right now, if we ignore for a second the blockchain and the whole context, we are talking about pure digitalization. And there will be no way around that. So, because this is something, I don't know if you heard the panel with Niels from Bankhaus Schei, he said that we should not be so focused on the blockchain itself. It's an infrastructure technology which provides us with the necessity of the automated processes we need. So this is a picture, this is a process, just an illustrative figure. So of course your process could look completely different from that, but the important point is here really we can get rid of the CSD, we can really have a huge cost reduction potential, we can automate processes, and the digital or the payment processing part, and you see the box is just half in purple. This is something we need to talk about later, because of course you can say now, when it's so efficient, why is not everybody doing that? And this is actually a really good question first, but it is because we are still missing a few components in the market to make everything efficient, to make really the whole process work. And to understand that, or to understand what's missing and why it's not, or it should not hinder you to work or to think about that, is when we have a look at potential future scenario. Because right now we are just looking at the really specific process. And if we now look at a more common or more general view on how the market can look like, then we can, it's just a scenario, it's just a future possibility how the market can look like. Because the thing is, it's not blockchain as infrastructure is not only changing the way how the settlement process is getting more efficient, or how we can digitalize and be more, or getting rid of some intermediaries and processes. It will also change the way we distribute, for example, products. It will change the way how we enter actually processes. And when we talk about blockchain, there are always three things we always need to consider. Never mind how the market will look like in the future. And this is the smart contract part. So we need smart contracts to automate that actually processes. So this is a necessity. We need wallet infrastructure to get access to the blockchain technology, to get access to the market. And we need, as I said, the registry, because the registry is really the elementary part in this whole thing. And then when we take this infrastructure as given, we can of course add some parties. We can add market participants, no? Like the depository, like the regulator, the investor, different distribution channel, for example, crypto exchanges, some brokerage firms. So, and we can also imagine that investor to investor, like in a direct contact, can trade directly. So these are new possibilities, and we are missing right now, and that's why I want to come back to my question, why we're not seeing like everyone jumping on the topic right now, even if you should actually, is that we are missing, for example, a regulated secondary market. We are missing a digital euro, for example, to make on-chain payment really efficient. And the thing is here that, I'm sure you already heard about that as well, it's the DLT pilot regime. The EU has just issued the idea of the EU DLT pilot regime, and it will come into account next year in March. And it gives the opportunity, or it is basically a regulatory sandbox to give you the opportunity, or market participants, like market infrastructure provider, investment firms, CSDs, to build these new infrastructure, to build a regulated secondary market, to build like DLT-based MTFs, to build the DLT settlement procedure. And this is really a key thing to have in mind and to consider, because it gives you the opportunity to determine the future market or how the future market can look like. And this is really a really special thing. And you actually really, we can just recommend that you take the opportunity to be part of it. Because right now you still have the opportunity to be part, of course, but to choose how you will be part of that. So this is one thing. And of course, I think we all need to think about how our future business models, how our future distribution channels will look like. And the DLT registry will be like the core thing of all of that. It doesn't matter actually what we are doing. If we are talking about crypto fund shares or if we are talking about crypto securities, and I will show you that here, actually it doesn't really matter. And if we talk about tokenized assets, if we talk about tokenized real estate, everything actually will be register-based. So you need to think about how can you actually go into that space, how can you be part of it, how can you maybe be your own register. So in some way, this is possible. And this is also, the way you need to have a look at it, because you have the regulatory framework to try things. We have the DLT pilot regime, we have the Electronic Securities Act, and you have everything set actually to have a look and to try and to test in a secure framework, because every time, also, always, when we talk about innovation, we need like the secure framework to have the security to actually build. And this is given. So, and of course, we at INTAS are happy to help you with that. So please, don't hesitate to contact us. The whole team is here today. So we are happy to help you with that. We are happy to figure out with you together how you can be part of that, how you can use the opportunities the regulator is giving to you, and how you can, implement the blockchain as infrastructure and also blockchain-based new product solution, etc. So, thank you.